Welcome today to Talk Radio with the Reverend Dr. Gilberto Rosado. Today we're going to talk about burning the flag, desecrating the American flag. Why don't we all do that? Let's explore that for a moment, won't we? It's amazing. Today on Talk Radio with the Reverend Dr. Gilberto Rosado, we're going to examine, desecrating the flag, the U.S. flag. It's such a great sport. I guess it's trying to get qualified as an Olympic sport in some country, one of these Olympic Games. But, we signed a lot of American, or should we call them American? What do you call yourselves? Young folk and others who take it upon themselves to burn the flag or step on it, stomp on it, challenge others to do that. What we would call in the psychology department ODD, symptoms of that, and particularly in our society. What is this? Why do you feel you can do that? You guys do that, do you? You need to understand simple facts. And part of that is to realize that, you are able to do that in this country. Yes, you are able to desecrate the U.S. flag. Isn't that interesting? Now, in other countries, you're not able to do that. In other countries, you will simply be put under arrest if you escape the mob, because we know in other countries there's a lot of people justice, mob justice, if you will, because basically the police are far and wide between, and so they take it upon themselves to enact justice. But here in the United States, you do have that freedom to do these type of things. The only issue here, it's not an issue if you have the right to do it or not. The issue is it intelligent for you to do that? Is that smart thing to do? And I say this not because we need to be intellectually arrogant or anything. That we're not trying to imply that. We just, there's little sayings that everyone should know, I guess, by the time they're 16, 18, 20. I'm sure you've heard it by now, and that little sayings are like, you never piss upstream, upriver from where you live, right? Have you heard that expression? How about never spit up into the sky? You ever thought about that expression? Why is that wisdom there? You figure, does that make any sense? Yeah, you sure have the right to. By golly gee, you have a right to spit up into the sky. And golly gee, you have a right to go and to piss upstream. You don't want people seeing you pissing, where you live. So you have a right to go upriver. and take a dump upriver. You know, but you, if you have any brains, you need to realize that when you come back downriver, come back home where you live, and where the things important to you are, you will find yourself drinking and bathing in the same, what shall we say, excrement and bodily refuse that you engaged in happily just a day or two ago upstream, upriver. See, just because you have a right to do something doesn't mean that it is smart to do it. In the Bible, those who still read, and the Bible talks about even though we have liberty, Paul, I believe Paul says that we have liberties, but we cannot take those liberties and turn them into license. And of course, what license means that you do whatever you want to do. You do whatever you feel like doing. As opposed to, you have the right, we have the liberty to do X, Y, and Z, but we choose not to exercise that for the sake of, sense. Things like sense. We have the liberty to make some noise and to have a party, but you need to have sense so that you realize that one or two of your neighbors may need to sleep. They need to maybe go to work tomorrow. You may not go to work tomorrow, but other people and the majority of people on this planet need to go to work tomorrow. So, it makes sense as an intelligent person, a person with a brain between the two ears, with two holes in your head, that you tone down the music at 12 p.m., at 12 a.m., I should say. At midnight, turn the music down. It's nighttime. It's actually morning time. Turn the thing down or off completely, and have some conversation. Talk. Finish off the drinks there or whatever it is you do in your parties, but that need to be disturbing the neighborhood and to be becoming a nuisance just because you have the right to express yourself or to make or to play music in your home. It's fine if it's in your home, but it's the stuff that's leaking out that encroaches upon the right. Also, other people have rights upon the rights of others. So it's not. This is a problem of people not understanding. It's a problem of youth not getting it. You don't get it. Simply, you're not getting it. You see? And really, it's just a need for you to learn how to enjoy life in different ways. And it doesn't have to be enjoying life at the price or at the expense of other people's rights. For you to have fun, you have to take away the fun and peace of other people. That is wrong. That's thievery. It's thuggery. Okay? So this is the bottom line. When we take the American flag offers us certain civil liberties. Among those liberties are freedom of speech, the right to privacy, the right to be free from unreasonable searches of your home, the right to a fair court trial, the right to marry, and the right to vote. These are our liberties. You see, now we see that many of you don't exercise all your liberties, do you? You don't go out and vote when you should. When the elections are on, where are you? You see, where are you when the vote count is coming in? You see, you guys have a right to marry, but not everyone does that. Again, that's a personal issue. It doesn't affect the rest of society like the voting does. Then we have a right to a fair court trial, except when it's somebody you don't like, except when it's a white cop, or except when whatever it is that you don't, person, politics, philosophy, theology that you don't agree with, well then you could care less if they get a court trial or not. You see, this is the problem with the human race, and it's a great problem here in the United States. We see it more here only because we have liberties here. You see, that's why you keep saying that the U.S. sucks. Some people say that the U.S. sucks. It's only because we have liberties in which to suck with, you see. While other countries, you keep saying, well, it's not like that in other countries. Other countries know how to, well, other countries don't have the liberties we do. They're kind of restricted, so that's why you see their behavior and their comportment a bit refined. It's called being limited. In the United States, we have liberty, but then some people don't know how to live free, do they? Living free is a responsibility. Responsibility. And since there's so much immaturity, it's the reason why we see all of this defiance and resistance to sense and to fair consideration of one another's rights, of one another's liberty. We have a right to privacy, but if you look at Facebook and if you spend your time in the gossip channels, well then you don't really observe that. You enjoy that. It's an industry in itself, violating other people's rights to privacy. We certainly don't want the government checking out our phone calls. We don't want that. Even though that doing so can help them find enemies of this country, but why should you give up your right? And that's the funny thing. You don't want to give up your right to anything freely. But then you don't want the result, which is a terrorist attack in your backyard. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. But then you don't realize that a need to listen in and find out who is talking to whom would help a lot in preventing that. And basically, that's all that was being had. Then you have your freedom of speech, which of course I am engaged in. Freedom of speech. I'm not stepping on the flag, and not that I would have any desire to at any given time. I would much rather step on the people who step on the flag. That's what I'm into. But again, I respect everyone's rights. You understand? I respect your right to freedom of speech. But you see how I'm resolving and using my freedom of speech? Right, I'm speaking. I write. I make videos. So I teach. So, we have freedom of speech. The problem is that since you're not taking you're making use of the compulsory education that we have here in this country to learn how to speak and learn how to write and learn how to make a difference like our forefathers did, and anyone else with any self-worth will do. So you just lash out like an angry child, an unlearned child, which is totally wrong and unmerited and really unworthy of your own person. So if we're going to exercise our civil liberties, let us do so. But let us then respect the allowance, respect the authority that grants us that right. Because if you know what silliness it is to trample the flag, the very thing that gives us the right to speak, the right to express ourselves, and then what sense does it make that thing that gives us the right and the power to express ourselves, we destroy it? Makes no sense at all. After this message, we're going to come right back right into that issue of dealing with the fact that destroying or desecrating the flag really does not help at your position at all. We'll get to that right after this message. Blue Umbrella Vacation, Limited Liability Corporation. What is so special about Blue Umbrella Vacation? They're personal and group planners. That means they will take quality care of you. They take care of each account, and they give you personal service and individual service. They are cruise and Disney specialists, and in fact their offices are right next door to Disney. So and I know for a fact that they've helped clients and brought them to Disney themselves, and even provide daycare services for the children. You know, sometimes you and your wife or the adults want to get on adult rides, and you know, who's going to watch the kid or the kids? So Blue Umbrella Vacation will help you by providing care services within the park, and will take your children around to have their day and their time with rides, and they will accompany you as well if you just want to get on a ride yourself and have the kids wait for you. We provide all of these services. That's very, very great services, by the way, so you should take advantage of that. And they also provide romance therapy escapes. I myself have the Escalov, and we provide therapy escapes, tours, and on-site therapy here in Florida. When you're making your trip down to Florida, you can have some counseling and other types of therapy to enhance your relationship. That is available exclusively at Blue Umbrella Vacations. Free planning and booking services. As you know, there is no charge for using our services. Your vacation will cost you the same if you did it yourself or if you did it through us. And in fact, let me correct myself. It may not cost the same. In fact, you may save a few $100s. You never know. We can always try to find a better deal for you and make a better vacation for you. So either you'll spend less money, or you'll spend the same money and get something so much better. So Blue Umbrella Vacations is able and experienced to help you in these areas. Free custom group registration website for those of you who are developing groups or who have a group and would like an expert to handle that group for you. You don't have to do anything. There's no work involved. We make it easy for individual, corporate accounts, and for nonprofits. We have the free fundraising program as well. We create and manage that for your organization, or for charity, or for your cause. We also create free marketing videos for group presentations and for any type of creative you need. We have a full video studio that can create videos to help you promote your group event. So you really have no reason not to call Jenny Rosado right now to plan or transfer your trip. You may have already booked a trip. You may have a cruise already booked, and by calling us, you never lose anything. we may be able to save you some money and make a better cruise for you. Or you'll never know if you don't call. Call Jenny Rosado, 888-502-8279. See, she saved someone $800 just the other day. Call her today at Blue Umbrella Vacations, 888-502-8279. And make sure you ask about the free travel club. It's an exclusive Blue Umbrella Vacation travel club where Jenny and her husband, my person, Gilberto Rosado, we help you have your vacation, the best vacation you ever dreamed of, become a reality at very low cost or even for free. So make sure you join up to the free travel club, and you do that by calling Jenny Rosado at Blue Umbrella Vacations, 888-502-8279. That's 888-502-8279, 888-502-8279. The bus is taking too long. I had to be at work a half an hour ago. When the bus gets here, I'm gonna shoot the tires. I'm gonna slash those tires. That doesn't make any sense, does it? You need to get someplace. Why are you gonna destroy the vehicle that's gonna take you there? We're gonna get to this today and talk radio, news, commentary, entertainment. Yes, sir. So that's what we have. We have a bunch of people who just don't know what they're doing. This thing's still going on. Yeah. Well, we have a bunch of people who just don't get it. You know, it's stupid. How are you going to, what point does it make if I in protest I destroy this microphone here in front of me, gives me the power and the authority. It gives me the authority to create a video and create some audio expressing my, giving me the power and the manner, a channel, a vehicle by which to express myself. What sense does it make for me now to destroy this mic? What would you think of my person? I mean, what type of person would destroy the vehicle of their expression? Would destroy what gives them the right and the liberty to express themselves? That's where it doesn't make any sense. Those people who burn flags, who stomp on the U.S. flag, or otherwise desecrate the United States flag, and the United States of America for that reason, for that matter as well, you're destroying the very entity that gives you the power and the right and the liberty to express yourself. It's ridiculous. It's hypocritical. It's idiotic. That's simply what it is. And when we see, a lot of us have to stop overreacting. You're reacting to the wrong things. I say this in many areas. Many things we react to that are just wrong to do that. Simply the person that does that type of protest, if you're going to call it protest, they think it's a protest. It's really just, you're having a fit. And in the old days, you would have been slapped around until you stopped. Now we have to just let you go in the corner and have some time, either time out, or the new thing now is time in. This is why I'm doing this broadcast now. I'm giving you time in so you can sit down, or somebody intelligent around you has caused you to sit down and listen to this, so that you can have some time in with me, so that you can see what stupid thing that you're doing. Okay? Because you're destroying that very thing that gives you the right to do what you're doing. Okay, so it's stupid. It's like blowing a hole in your life raft to make a point. Well, then you're an idiot. You're gonna drown. You're gonna get eaten by sharks. With you and your point. Okay, and this is what you guys are doing with this country. You know, what do you want? You want the United States to disappear? Okay, let's take the United States off the map. Who is coming into that area? Who's going to move in and take over? Who do you want? Because if you want whoever you want to come and move in, why don't you pack your bags, call up the travel agency, and go? Simple. You don't have to wait for them to come here. Go there. You understand? That is as simple as can be. But to do this idiotic manifestation of your stupidity is outrageous. It really is. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because when I see yes, a stupid fool. You're stupid. You're idiotic. Yes, those are ad hominem. They're what you are. That's what you are, because you simply are not understanding what the American flag stands for. It doesn't stand for anything that you're talking about. The things that you're angry about, okay, are not represented in that flag. That flag represents one thing and one thing alone, and that is the American citizen, the United States citizen, and his rights and liberties that are guaranteed. That's what that flag represents. Your politics and your frustrations have nothing to do with the flag. It has to do with the politicians that you either use your right to vote to put in, or your right to stay home and watch TV and allow them to get into office. That is all that you have to realize. And if there's something that you don't like about what's happening in the foreign affairs or in domestic affairs, well, simply you need to find a candidate or run yourself. You have the right. That's a right of expression. You can run for political office and, bring about change. Real change, not stomping on a flag. Stomping on your own rights and showing your stupidity to the world. It's idiotic. I can understand other countries, people in other countries who have no other recourse but to burn effigies of our leaders and our flag. They're frustrated. Hey, listen, things are clear, aren't they? They're frustrated, and they're carrying out their frustration on this flag, which actually it doesn't mean anything, but it helps them get through their day. They need something, so let it be what it is. But for an American to come and take what makes them an American and trash it, it's just stupid. Go to the other country that you feel comfortable with and move there. It's just simple. You have that right. Isn't that great? The flag gives you that right. Golly gee. So this is the thing that you need to understand. Our flag represents the American people. That's what that represents. It represents an ideal. Okay, and that ideal has provided you, at the minimum, the right for you to express yourself. And because of that great value that you place on expressing yourself, you shouldn't be desecrating the flag. But if you do, it's clear who you are and what you are. And it's clear that you're too dumb or too poor to move your butt out of this country to the country that you love, whichever and wherever that could be. Because as far as I know, in America, you have the right to vote and the right to run for public office. And if there's any value in anything you have to say, then there should be no problem in finding supporters and putting you or someone, one of them, a leader with some brains, into public office where they can effectuate the policy that you are akin to and are endeared with. This is how this country works. I don't know how it works in another country, but I know it doesn't work as well as here. And this is the simple thing that you need to understand. You don't need to be frustrated in the United States. You're not in a third world country, although some people would have you believe that. You have the right here, okay, to protect your rights. You have the right to exercise your rights. You have the liberty to do so. Okay, and the only problem here is, even though we have the right and liberty, we have compulsory education, not everybody values it, and not everyone does or takes what is given to them and to use it. That is the problem. Not the United States. It's the people who are not learning, not taking advantage of education, not wanting to learn, not wanting to learn to express themselves in positive ways that affect change, and just living frustrated lives and acting out their frustration and stupidity against the very thing that guarantees them their right to freedom and to liberty. That's it for today on Talk Radio with the Reverend Dr. Gilberto Rosado. What do you think? I'm interested in learning what you think about that. Why don't you leave a comment and subscribe to our programming? What do you think about that? This has been Reverend Dr. Gilberto Rosado. We're talking about desecration of the flag. Are you in agreement with that and what was said today and shared? Drop a line and let's discuss that. Or, you can start packing and leave. Take care. Catch me next time. This has been the Reverend Dr. Gilberto Rosado. Talk Radio. News, commentary, entertainment. At least my brand.